Hi, and thanks for tuning in to our live radio show. Moments of Clarity with Tiffany will begin in just a few moments. Please stay tuned. Kindly take this opportunity to share this show on your platforms because change can only come when we stand together as one, especially when it comes to ending the stigma on mental health.
You are not alone, and help is out there.
Kids have mental health issues, and we also need to learn coping skills.
Let's get started and let the show begin. See you soon.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name's Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and your host. And happy Thursday, everyone. I have a wonderful guest here today that has an amazing story. I've unmuted Ed. So Ed, you can start the radio anytime. And informally, my guest is survivor and a podcast host and a TEDx talk speaker and everything. And Lea Tran, thank you so much for being here. This is an informal introduction, but I'm so excited and looking forward to having you. As a book author and all you do with Sarah M as well, and their podcast Surviving but Thriving. And I was lucky enough to be a guest on her show, and it's a wonderful podcast. We're gonna talk more about that a little bit. Thank you, Jason from India, watching on YouTube. Lea, thank you for being a guest at Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I'm very excited to see you speak. Me too.
Oh, thank you.
All the way from India.
I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me here, and such a wonderful honor to be the first guest in the year.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot you get a bell when you say Moments of Clarity or something that you wants to ring the bell.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jason from India.
And Summit Innovations on Facebook says, hi, Tiffany and Lea. Hello.
Hello.
And yeah. So as soon as Ed unmutes, we're going to start the radio show. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. First show of the year. You kind of just reminded me of that. First show of 2020.
Radio Network. This is the Tan Talk Radio Network. Welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. Moments of Clarity's mission is to educate and end the stigma on mental health through the inspirational stories of our exceptional guests. You can join in the show by calling Tiffany toll-free at 866-826-1340 or on Facebook and Twitter at MOC with Tiffany. Now, here's Tiffany Werner.
Hello, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about surviving and coming from some horrific things, but it's how we react to our circumstances that define our character and what we do with them. And before I formally introduce my guest, I want to say hi to Ed at the Tan Talk radio station. Hi, Ed.
Hey, happy 601.
True.
Woohoo!
Last episode was my 600th. So now
Caught you off guard.
601. Both of you guys are coming up with stuff I'm not even thinking about. It's the first one of the year. Happy 601. All of that. Now we can keep track counting. I should have celebrated the 500th, but until I started doing the podcast RSS feed, I didn't have the numbers on Apple and all that stuff. And then once it uploaded, I was like, wow, I've done a lot. That's not even counting beyond clarity.
Right.
Like if we add those together, wonder how many that would be, or the other road rage one or whatever, which only lasted a little bit, but beyond clarity was on for like almost 2 years. I've been talking a lot then, I guess, or letting people talk. How was your New Year's Eve, Ed?
What's that?
How was your New Year's?
It was good. It was good. Good. I see you got the tree down.
I do. So this plant behind me, there's a joke. Okay, so virtually, if you're listening on the radio, behind me I have an amaryllis, and it has 5 flowers on it. So my son, who's 10, comes back from his grandparents' house with a pot and a bulb in it, and I go, "What is that?" And sure enough, it did look like it, but he said it's an onion. So I'm like, "Huh?" So Nanny and Grandpa brought you an onion home. I literally almost wanted to clean it up and eat it. Like seriously. Then it beautifully. This thing blooms once a year. It's very rare and never does it have 5 flowers. It's very.
Wow.
I almost ate it, but it's an amaryllis and it just blooms once a year. So
Would have a very nice story if you eat it and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
They came over for Christmas Eve dinner and they're like, "Oh, look at the beautiful flower." I'm like, "I thought that was an onion because my son told me." And I go, "Why did you tell me that?" He goes, "I don't know. I just felt like okay." Meanwhile, yes, it would have been a shameful thing, but I haven't touched it at all because any flower or plant I touch dies. I've killed an aloe plant and a cactus by overwatering it. I think taking care of it. So anything that's living, if someone gives me something, I'm like, you have just sentenced it to death. If I get flowers, or I don't know. Anyway, like something that you have to care for a lot, but so I just I think I overcare for it, if anything. But anyway, off the subject. So Happy New Year, Ed, and everyone. You're welcome to call in 866-826-1340. Once again, that's 866-826-1340. And please say hi to Ed when you do. Anyway, so let's get to the point of the show. My guest today is ethnic Chinese and called a former boat people, quote unquote, is what she first, and I guess that's technically the name, a refugee from Vietnam during the war. I'm going to let her tell a story about it, but she's now a female scientist turned successful business owner. She overcomes the fear of public speaking by becoming a keynote speaker, a podcast speaker, and a transformation coach. And she spoke on a TEDx stage and also published her memoir, I Did Not Miss the Boat, during the pandemic in 2020. So let her tell more about the story and everything. And it's hard to believe that you were once a shy speaker because you speak so well. And welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Lea Tran.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. First of all, I want to congratulate for over 600 episodes. This is 601, so it's really exciting. Moment clarity is getting clearer and clearer each time. And first, I want to say hi to Ed too. Thank you for helping out. Yes, it is a very complicated story, and yes, I overcome the fear by become it. So I think that lots of us just get in our own ways, because if we develop it, we can become whatever we're afraid of to be. So
Yeah.
that's the point.
So I was on your podcast, Surviving but Thriving, or Now
Yeah,
Thriving,
from surviving to thriving.
from surviving to thriving. And I've heard the story from you and your co-host Sarah M, and that you survived by the Vietnam War by getting on a boat. And I had told you, it's weird because I've grown up with Marines that fought in the Vietnam War with Purple Hearts and everything, and it's surreal to hear the other side of the story. I remember telling you, "Don't hate me." I didn't do it, and I think they got drafted too. But no, you're very
No, if anything, we're grateful for the American influence in Vietnam.
well, tell us a little bit about what happened back in the day. That I did miss the boat.
Okay, so I didn't know anything about the boat until I got on the boat. That was my first time I ever climbed on a boat, and it was a boat of life and death. So when Vietnam was taken over by the communists, 1975, I was about 12 years old. So it's a really difficult age, getting over, almost like, getting to the teenager point.
Right.
So I was having a very, ups and down domestic life like any normal family would be. But having the society big change, the war, and now is a different type of government, and usually a lot of time that we don't understand, but stress and disrupt, and a lot of family changes based on society changes, like
Mhm.
COVID. It's like
Right.
when the big things happen, somehow it would influence to the family life. In my case, yeah, we have changing in the beginning. The first year was kind of gradually, but then after that, it just going spiral downhill really fast. Staying with the communists was like, it was a struggle, because my family was capitalism, and communists do not like capitalism. And my dad was a partner at the company, is a fabric dye company, and my mom has her own small business at home. And lots of people, lots of Chinese minority in Vietnam, uh, um, holding the financial in that, a large part of the sector in Vietnam, uh, economic wise, is held by, a lot of Chinese trading. So lots of business,
Right.
and they said kind of choke the economic. So they choke all the families in Vietnam. So it was a change for me from having maid and having like things cared for and things like, we had a comfortable life. And then slowly, I'm the oldest, so I have to do a lot of things to help my parents. So turning to 13 to 16, those are the 4 years that I felt like it's the most struggle for me in Vietnam, because we have to do a lot of things that unspeakable, unthinkable, unimaginable for a kid my age. And that was normal, because I don't think I was the only one who been affected. Most of the family, they have to do everything to survive. And
Yeah, I can imagine just from the pandemic, just like witnessing my kids for 1 year having to be homeschooled, virtual schooled because we didn't send them into school, or it was the pandemic was so strong that everyone had that option. So about 60 to 70% of
yeah,
families decided to have their children do school online. And they were miserable, like socially and
yeah,
bored and everything. The lockdown just got so,
yeah.
and I can imagine being from 12 to 14 to 16 years old, being moving around and not knowing what's what. And you say a boat, but what kind of boat? Like,
So we haven't got to the boat yet. We're
oh
just
yeah, okay. Oh,
we're just
I don't
talking
want to skip
about
ahead.
we'll get to the boats, but so things been like, we just didn't see a future. We just seeing that we're not living, we're decaying by the minutes, by the hours. So my dad, there's a lot of people who start thinking about escaping. So by 77, 78, that's when people are doing more of escaping out to the sea. So by 1978, my dad's already brewed a plan. So he was a project manager. He gathered a bunch of wealthy people that they chip in money, and he managing and built a boat and took 500 people. I mean, to be precise, there's 502 people on that boat. And we sail out on May 3rd, 1979, out of the tip of South Vietnam. Just a couple hours because we live in Saigon and we have to travel to the countryside, to the very end tip of Vietnam, and we sail out of there. Actually, we escape out of there with all the bribery along the way. So the boat has significant in my life because it did give me the freedom. We were lucky enough that we get out of Vietnam without a hedge because they were well brided. My dad took care a lot. I mean, in communists, everything's about bribery. If you know how to bribe, you can do pretty well.
I think it's kind of like that where a lot of places is, especially politics, or I don't know.
In small countries, especially when you have a group of people who have powers, and they are the one who control all the powers. And if you know how to feed them right, they will give you privilege for certain things. So we got out. So the boat have really significant to me because it gave me the freedom. It's gone through a lot of trial and tribulation before I get here. But it's just funny that we have the same phrase in Chinese, Vietnamese, and in American, don't miss the boat, right? It's like you don't want to miss the opportunity. So physically, I feel like I
It's
got
kind of a
here.
metaphor too. Like it
Yes,
was literally don't miss the boat for you back
right,
in the day, but
right. It
metaphorically
is
now,
a big
don't miss your
metaphor.
opportunity. When
Right,
opportunity knocks, don't miss the boat. Don't miss
right.
the bus. Don't miss,
Yeah.
your chance, whatever it
Just
is.
don't miss anything.
Very
So
true.
so I'm grappling in life that, so I got this second chance in life. Now I don't want to miss out living it.
Right.
And a lot of time we get bogged down from our own trauma, from our previous trauma, from our trauma, from the circumstances, from our inherited family, and we bogged down. We couldn't see beyond that. And we wrap up ourselves in that protection bubble because we're afraid to live. So my message to people is like, don't miss that moment. Don't miss to be yourself.
Mhm.
Don't miss a life that you can create for yourself.
I can agree more. I quoted you from your bio. Be the captain of your soul. Don't let anyone else steer your ship. I love all the connected metaphors here. I wasn't quite catching them until now, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think the boat is kind of like my brand because there's just so
It
many
is. It's
things.
your thing. It's your thing. Don't miss the boat.
Right. And so my TED Talk, that was the first time, 2019, that I actually bring my message out publicly. A lot of my friends, people who know me, know bits and pieces, but 2019, I really think about the phrase "don't miss out." And by not missing out, I want to share with people so they don't miss out their life, their chance.
It's funny. I used to be afraid of public speaking as well. We have that in common, and look at us now. But it's time for our first break, and you're doing great public speaking now, and it's such an honor. And I want to get into your TEDx talk and everything that you've done and your book, and we'll do that after the break. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
If you're a show host, gamer, live streamer, podcast host, or radio show host that would like your message to get out and reach up to 30 platforms, then there's an affordable way to do that. It's called Restream. Restream makes it easy to broadcast professional live videos from your browser to multiple social platforms at once. Start your live show with guests, brand it with logos and overlays, and create an interactive experience for your audience. Learn more at Restream.io and mention Moments of Clarity for special offers.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Warner.
Hello, and welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today I have a very brave young lady here who's not only a published author, but a refugee from Vietnam on an actual hand-built boat to survive, and has gone through so much trauma in her past, but has not let it define her future. And also branding the metaphor, don't miss the boat, like meaning don't miss an opportunity. Then that's her thing. You better copyright that, by the way. But welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Lea Tran. Thank you for being here, Lee.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I wasn't sure that I'm on.
Oh, yep, you're on.
Yes.
So if you're just tuning in, we were talking about basically, because she literally didn't want to miss the boat, like this literally, but it's kind of a metaphor for an opportunity. They don't miss things when they come up your way, because opportunity knocks, but you got to grab that opportunity and that chance in life, because sometimes they don't knock more than once, basically.
Well, I want to clarify that I didn't build the boat. My dad did. He's a project manager. I don't think he built it either, but I've learned so much from him.
I thought you said he built a boat. Well, I just said it was a hand-built boat.
Right. Yeah, no. Yeah, thanks to my parents. Thanks to my parents. Yeah, they got me on the boat.
Who cares about it? You got on a boat and you didn't miss it, and you survived. If you guys would like to call in, ask questions, and feedback, you're welcome to 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340, and say hi to Ed when you do. And please also take a moment to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching, youtube.com/MOC with Tiffany. Also, please hit a like if you're watching from whatever platform you're watching to. A lot of times we watch the shows and don't remember to just hit the little like button. And anyway, 866-826-1340. And so Lee, we were talking about not missing the boat made you really consider like things about life, things about how you wanted to live your life, and has helped you persevere where you used to be shy of public speaking. I used to be too. Would you believe that? Now you can't shut me up. And
it's like a floodgate, right?
Yeah, you just got to get over the fact of worrying about what people think, what you say. Then we're good. I think that's the main thing.
What was this? I love to talk. I love to talk to when I even was young. I think I got both my mom and dad are talkers. And I have always been comfortable talking to my mom's friends, to people who come to visit. But I'm afraid of authority. Like my dad has a lot of authority in the family. And being a Chinese Asian female, you are raised not to ask questions. You're raised to be obey and take order. And you're never told that you can be anything you want to be because you're in Asia, right? You can't be everything you want to be. I was just worried about my life when I growing up. It's like, please just don't marry me to somebody I don't love or I don't know.
And
That
if you
was
can
my
only have
biggest
some of those
fear.
skills with some of the teenagers around here in America, not the whole like not want to be what you want to be when you grow up, but obey and listen would be great. We have a caller. We have a caller, Jim, on the line. Welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany.
Hi, yes. Hi, Tiffany. I just thought I'd give a comment about the stigma and how it used to be, and hopefully a lot better now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back in 1961, I was 11 years old. I kind of do the math and figure out my age by now. But I saw a movie at the local theater called The Young Savages with Burt Lancaster. It was he was a lawyer, and it was like about gang violence. Like it was kind of like the original West Side Story, but without the romance, without the songs. And it was filmed in the gritty streets of New York, not on the Hollywood backlot.
Did it have the cool music?
No music, I don't think. But
the Jets and
filmed in the West Side of New York, and it's a gang, couple of gang, I think Italian American gang and a Puerto Rican gang, and the one of the Puerto Rican gangmen was a blind guy was stabbed to death. So they showed the trial. At the end, the very end of the film, they have like the gang leader. He gets like 20 years to life, and the protagonist, his heart really wasn't into it. He took the knife and he turned it backwards and just hit the back with the handle of the knife. He got like a year. But the middle guy, he was like, had some mental health issues, and he was sentenced to an indefinite term at the state mental hospital. Well, the audience just screamed like hyenas. And I was really shocked myself back then. But that's how people used to think back then.
That because he was mentally ill, that meant that he was guilty automatically?
Well, no, we went to a mental hospital like that. And back, again, this is 60 years ago. And it was just a completely different attitude back then. It was called back then they were called the loony bins, and
asylums and things like that. That's what I keep saying. Like I've been doing this for 7 years, and even 7 years ago, trying to get a guest on the show, people were like, "I don't want to put my stuff out there. I don't want to expose myself." So 7 years ago, I was ridiculed for having a mental health show, and I was like, "No, I want to end the stigma of mental health." I mean, ending the stigma of mental health has been my passion on this because the media, I learned as a therapist that people coming in were like, well, I'm not crazy. I don't know why I'm here, but you don't have to come see a therapist just because you think you're crazy. I don't even know what crazy means. I don't even know what normal means. But a lot of people they would come into my office and they say, am I supposed to lay down on the couch? What do I do? Like, because they see it on TV, and I said, you can sit wherever you want. Like, it's fine. But my point is that I think a lot of stigma came from the media with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It's a film called The Young Savages with Burt Lancaster. Check it out. It's just unbelievable. Hopefully, things have improved a lot in the last 60 years.
Yeah, I mean, because people thought that if someone was mentally ill or whatever, that they would be put in an asylum or get a lobotomy or whatever. But thanks for calling in, Jim, and sharing. And you're a first-time caller, I think. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. I guess. Thanks for your feedback. Have a great day. Thanks for calling in. Anyway, so yeah, it's come a long way. Mental health has come a long way, even just in the past 7 years. But he's talking 60-something years. It's come a long way, but nobody wants to do it.
A lot of things just affecting to our mental health. Many, many different issues, especially if any shake up in the society will bring it right into your front door, your home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And how we handle it affects it defines our character, basically. But you don't have to be quote unquote mentally ill or whatever. I don't know, to seek counseling. I mean, we all have something. Whether it's post-traumatic stress or anxiety or depression or a phase of life problem or adjusting to a divorce or job loss or
Right.
anything, or even the pandemic has caused anxiety and fear of the unknown to a lot. It's so many
Yeah.
things that mental health across the board. It doesn't mean that you have visual hallucinations or auditory things like that. I mean, it's just mental health.
We all
It's
carry
big.
a lot of invisible
Yep.
disability in a sense. Like
Uh-huh.
when I first came, I used to think I was used to be ashamed because we were on welfare as a refugee come here, and we was being labeled a lot of things, taking people's job, and we was labeled as parasite of the society. So all of those can create a lot of stress and create a shame, embarrassment, and everybody going ups and down at some point in their life. So it should
Mhm.
not be defined those people with those label, because circumstances does happen. But in a way, I thought it
How we
was,
handle them. Like none of our lives are perfect, and if someone says that theirs is perfect, it's a facade. Like people compare themselves to others on Facebook or social media, saying, "Well, these people seem to have it so great," and stuff. You're not going to put pictures of your family fighting with behind a white picket fence on Facebook, and if you do, you got some issues there. Like seriously, no, you
right,
put the happy memories, or like everyone fake a smile, take a picture and post it and pretend everyone's all happy. Like, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can be happy most of the time, but nobody's life is perfect. Everyone has.
right.
Look at our favorite lady, Sarah M. Posted from Facebook. Hi, Tiffany and Lee, my two
Hi,
favorite ladies.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I encourage you to call in, Sarah, because I'd like to talk about your podcast and your shows. 866-826-1340. So, Sarah, for our listeners on the radio, posted a caption, a chat in on virtual where you could watch us virtually, youtube.com/moments. Just look up Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Same with Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn Live if you want to see us virtually. And but Sarah, you can call in and join the conversation. And Sarah M is Lee's co-host for from surviving
From
to
surviving to
thriving.
thriving.
There you go. Like,
Yeah. So it's the show is called A Thriving Conversation. So everybody has story, like you said, and everybody has a way to overcome that challenge. And we want to feature that toughness, that resilience, and share with us the story that you overcome. So it's a simple, very conversational show,
it's
and
cute.
that's how we met you. Yeah,
Yes. Well, Sarah was on my show, on this show.
but that's how I met you.
That's how we met. It was a fun show. I had a great time, and you guys are just adorable together.
No, thank you,
And
thank
have
you.
the similar stories, different but similar.
Right. So I want to continue with that, why it helped me, because I see a lot of time that when we were raising up in that culture, and I thought it was me alone. But when I come to this country, I talk to people. I mean, so many of us have the same issue. It's
Mhm.
not the culture thing. It might be a little bit of a generational things because, that era is about, saving face. It's about do what, I used to remember that my parents always say is like, don't make people laugh at you. I mean, everything we do, we just worry about people laugh at us or judge us. And we do never really do anything that based on what you want. So I came and I settled for a career that I did well. I kind of like it in the very beginning, but after a while, it didn't seem like I have the same passion anymore. I was in the as a research chemist. So I was in the lab and I did what I did, because I didn't have to talk. I
Mhm.
just, stay in the lab and do my things in my hood and mix my chemicals, and it was great because I was devoting my time to have my family. And it's a good high paying job, and I just come home and I'm done with, whatever work. I walk out of the parking lot, I am done, and I come home and I have my own life. But then after a while, I felt like, there's more in me, that I'm curious about
Mhm.
outside.
So you were
So
waking up to an alarm, not a calling, so to speak.
Yeah, sort of like, curiosity. What else is out there that I
What
have
else can
not
I do?
explored? Yes.
What other
Yes,
boats can I get on, so to speak?
yes. I mean, after a while, I see the scenic, and I was like, okay, now it's time to explore. So I took the courage of raising my hand for a volunteer layoff, and then I went out on the limb to create my own business as an interior decorator specified in window treatment. So I actually fabricate and produce window treatment and drapery for luxury homes. And it was scary. It was really scary, but that was the first step that I took myself out of just settle. I see a lot of us see the convenient and don't want to get out of our comfort zone and do something that it needs work, and we kind of
Mhm.
settle, and then we are unhappy. It's almost like walking with sands in your shoes or pebble in your shoes, but you just keep walking, and you know over time it become a blister, and you get pain more and more. So even though those are little things, I pause and I take the time and I say, evaluate what didn't I like about the current lifestyle that I have. So I step out and empty the pebbles on my shoes out and saying that I am going to pursue something that I love to do,
Mhm.
and which I did. And I step out, and that was the beginning of my speaking journey, because when you have a small business, you have to talk and you
Mhm.
have to go make friends, networking. And that's when I felt like I have something that I didn't know I have, which is talking.
Yeah, and the ability to empty the sand and pebbles out of your shoe. We don't have to walk on sand and pebbles, and that gets annoying after a while.
Right.
So speaking of talking, though, we have Sarah on the line. Sarah, welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany.
Hi, Sarah.
Yes, hi.
So, Sarah, Lee, do you want to introduce Sarah?
Absolutely. So Sarah, I met Sarah 1 month before I call her up and say, "Would you like to be on a show with me?" Because we met in the February of Valentine's Day on 2020. And 2020 March, we got locked down. And I was panicked. I was pacing in my house. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I know this person who had the same similar circumstances. We both were refugee. We both were oppressed during the same time, 1975 to 1979. So I called and proposed, and Sarah said yes. So we had the
You
show
called and
from then on.
proposed.
I proposed, wasn't on
You
my
did
knee,
that,
but I
right?
proposed on the phone. I say, would you be the co-host with me on this thing? Not even co-host. I just say that, would you like to jump on the live with me every day? And just to calm people down, because we've been through this boat. We know about the panicking and all the fear that people are having. Let's get on and calm people down. Maybe 15 minutes a day. And she's like, yeah, I want to do it every day, Saturday and Sunday too. I was like, no, 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 just Monday through Friday.
When I say co-host, it means like Julie hosting. You guys both do it together. Like,
Yeah, we both on together. Yes,
yeah,
we
that's
were
what I
on
mean by a
together.
co-host, not like one's better than the other. Like it's together.
Yeah, so we've been on together on the show every day, and then later on, we decide that we're going to invite guests to come on, and yeah, and Sarah is almost like my husband, who like to listen more than to talk, and
Yeah,
I'm a
she
talker.
does.
So yeah, so I mean, there's no one more or one less. She's the brain behind it too. I don't do anything that I didn't ask Sarah. So but yeah, so she has been with me on this journey, and
I gotta tell you, you guys are adorable together. And when I say that, just sweet. And you complement each other very well. Like how you said one listens and the other one talks, but Sarah doesn't shut up the whole time. Like she puts her 2 cents
we
in
talk,
too.
yeah,
Sarah,
we
how do
talk.
you feel like with the
I I enjoy doing a show together with Lee. We have the same goal, same purpose. We just want to help people, want to encourage and inspire people during this time. So I think this show it means a lot to me and Lee, because we can show we can show that even though we have been refugees, but we identify with people here. that have not been a refugee. When we identify with the fear and the doubt and the anxiety that people are going through. So I would love to invite any audience any listener that would like to come on the show with us, just reach out to us. And Tiffany, thank you for having us.
We're
I want
building
to have
up
you
the
guys back.
calendar.
I kind of want to have you both on the same time. Back on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. You guys have to, the listeners, you have to watch From Surviving to Thriving. And what time is it on, and where can you see it? They're both so adorable. When I say that, petite, beautiful little ladies, like just women that they just, and so sweet and cute, and I don't know, just I could watch
we
you every
see
day.
eye to eye. We're the same height.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're both. How tall are you? Like less than 5 feet, though. I'm assuming. Yeah, like 4 foot something.
Yeah.
And they're both the same. It's just, and they are just sweet as anything, sweet as honey.
She's my older sister. She's I love being with Sarah. I think we clicked on the first time we met, and that's why I said that I proposed a month later, and I'm so glad that she said yes.
When she says propose, she didn't ask her to marry her. She asked her to start a
No,
podcast.
it's just a metaphor. It's just
I'm just making. Not everyone gets the metaphors. Just letting you know. So, where do we listen to the podcast? And let's promote that right now. So From Surviving to Thriving. I know you have your own websites and.
No, we don't have a website, but we have a Facebook group.
Okay.
It's called From Surviving to Thriving. If you're searching in the group, and feel free to join, to invite friends. We both of us are volunteer. We don't make anything out of it, and we devote time to be with the community. And this past couple months, we decide that we're going to dedicate the platform to help refugee youth in Malaysia who are learning to earn. They are learning digital, and while they're waiting for resettlement. So we are helping them to get computers, equipments, and creating job for small business over here if anybody want to hire them.
Wow.
So it's all about donation based, or if you need a job, you need video editing, we have students that can help you do that.
Ooh. Video editing, huh?
Yeah.
That's really cool. For surviving From Surviving to Thriving, and you can find them on Facebook if you just look up From Surviving to Thriving. You could also look up Lea Tran. It's really easy, Lea, and then Tran, Tran, and
both of us have short names.
Yeah, Sarah M, like impact. Anyway, it's time to go to break. Sarah, I'm going to say goodbye to you right now for now, and thanks for calling in. We'll be in touch. And it's time for a second break, so we will be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you having trouble staying sober after you've completed rehab and need a positive environment to help you continue sobriety? At Real Recovery Sober Living, we strive in both community and environment for men in early sobriety to help support you while in early recovery. For only $750 a month, we cover everything you need when it comes to a safe, clean, and accountable environment necessary for success in sobriety. Check out our website at realrecoveryfl.com. That's realrecoveryfl.com. We have 6 locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Brandon, North Tampa, and Bradenton, because everyone deserves a quality, sober living.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And my guest today is Lea Tran, a refugee from Vietnam back in the day, who jumped on a boat and spent her teenage years trying to just survive, and was told to not be talking and everything, and now is a TEDx speaker and a published author and a podcast host and so much more. And welcome back. Welcome to Moments Clarity, Lea Tran.
Thank you.
Like the little visuals I got of you, like you keep posing by a tree. So let's hear, we only have a few minutes left of the hour. Let's hear about this book you wrote.
Okay, so after 40 years of having a heavy story on my chest, and I was inspired by a couple of quotes, and the one quote is from Angela, my Angel, oh my God, I was like, Angela.
It doesn't matter. It's only
yes, right. The quote is actually, I mean, it's like when you're panicked, it's like, the quote is say that, it is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. So I felt like I have this very heavy chest of a story that I have not tell people the whole picture. So getting on the TEDx stage was the first step of revealing myself. And I've got so many positive response, because people will come to me saying that I really need to hear this, because I have this, family history, and I'm just like on my chest, and that's how it inspired me to write my memoir, the journey that how the war affected our family. And
is that it right behind you virtually? It's I Did Not Miss the Boat. The book,
yes,
it's right behind you. Let's see it up close so we know.
Can we? So the story is called "I Did Not Miss the Boat," and again, is this. The highlight was, how we get out of Vietnam, and how we were surviving 4 rounds of pirates in the Southwest China Sea, and how 7-day difficult day on the ocean without any clear destination in mind, and a miracle just help us to get to the remote island in Indonesia. And then 8 months later, how we come to America and begin to rebuild our life from scratch. And I have to really step up to help my parents because they didn't speak English, and I was a teenager, so I should be learning fast. And I felt like, there's a lot of things that my family went through that resonate with a lot of immigrants and refugee families that who came to America, who have to struggle and who had to settle. And I think, so much of us that we forgot about our self-worth. And by acknowledging our history, and a lot of time we are not so proud of our disadvantage, of our history, of our, background. But those are the places that taught us so many great lessons, how we face life and how we keep going and how we keep moving. So the story is born when the pandemic hit. So I was having more time at home, and I would start writing, and the book was launched in September of 2020. And ever since, I have been doing more speaking to bring the message out even broader, because book is only for people who read it, but if I speak, I can speak to a larger audience. And I'm doing a lot of speaking virtually. I'm go to a lot of different organization, association, and I even present online to libraries across the countries and senior centers and places that they need to hear story. They need to hear resilient story. And I'm trying to draw from the strength of my family, my parents, how they get us to become having a mindset of just keep going on, just keep plowing through and take action to thrive instead of just survive. So the show is also to also promote people to share their story. And I have since found a organization that I can support. Now I'm doing a lot of volunteer job for the local community. I help raise money for domestic violence shelter back when I had the business in Pennsylvania, and I moved to Florida. I've been helping and mentoring homeless people. But the most passionate things that I am on board to date is the organization is called Together for Good Worldwide Refugee Film School, which I am advocate for them about how the stigma of being a refugee and how refugee has a difficult time to start everything from the beginning in their life. They dump everything what they have, their whole life from their country, and then just go to a place that they didn't speak the language, they didn't understand the culture, and they have to build up. So I want to advocate for them,
Yeah.
and that's why our show's been, helping them.
There's a stigma against people that survived a refugee, like as a refugee. I mean, giving up everything you have and learning a new language and basically trying your hardest not to get killed and finding sanctuary somewhere, I would say is commendable. It's just not
Yeah, but a
everywhere.
lot of time,
It's not.
people don't understand, people don't know our background. So a lot of harsh judgment, a lot of things that, when you come from a different culture, you're not blending, you're not the same, and people see the
Yeah,
difference
I could see that as well.
as a threat. People see the difference as a threat, but that's why I want to give the message that we are the same. We all wanted love. We all want acceptance. And if you get to know me, you will like me even more than just a total stranger walking by in the supermarket. And that's why I want people to know.
It definitely would. It's like if there was an asteroid coming to hit the Earth, basically, we're all the same. We're all gonna
Right,
get hit by that asteroid. It doesn't
right.
matter what race, ethnic,
Yeah.
political, economic, whatever you got.
Sometimes you don't even
But
have to wait until a war torn. If you have a flood or a fires, you become a victim right away, right? It's just
so,
as
Lee,
easy as that.
we just have a couple minutes left for the radio part. So,
Okay.
just how do we get your book really quick, and then I need to
Okay.
close up the show.
Yes. So you can purchase my book through my website, leatran.com. Or you can go to Amazon and you can check the reviews out if you're hesitate about that. I have a lot of great reviews in my book on Amazon. The book again is called I Did Not Miss the Boat. And also, if you know somebody, any organization that need inspirational speakers that to bring the message of hope and the message of unity and diversity and inclusion, have them contact me at leatran.com. And I remember the name, Maya Angelou. I'm going to just like, Angel. I was like,
that would have bugged you if you didn't come up with
I know. Yes. So the quote is from Maya Angelou.
So inspired by this one lady. And wait, what's her name? That's
it's almost like double first name. You know?
Gave you before the end of the show. Good for you, because that would have bugged you.
It would.
Lee, thank you so much for being a guest on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. We will be back tomorrow, every Thursday and Friday from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, ending the stigma on mental health. We actually have someone from Africa, Nigeria, Africa, another person talking about surviving and thriving after being a widow and for 11 years. And in Africa, they look down on widows. It's like, so a whole nother surviving and inspirational guest tomorrow, 12 to 1. And we are on every Thursday and Friday, 12 to 1. And thank you so much for you, Lee, and for your time and everything that you're doing and for being a guest on the show. And it's just an honor to know you guys. And we're going to plan something else for the future for sure.
It's an honor. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Everyone, be safe out there. Be kind to yourself and a stranger, because you never know what they're going through. So take care. Change soon to come. And together as one.
Moments of clarity. Now I get it. Moments of clarity. To yourself, be kind. It will please your mind. Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself, be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity.